is that we're going to stay on track and treat everybody the same.
Absolutely.
Hit record. Yes, please go ahead, and I recommend you guys, my recommendation is that you have a motion.
Okay. And
Since I know the other two people already said that it was fine.
would we then be wrapping the med and safety stuff into the existing commission meeting, or would we just have everyone going to a separate med and safety committee meeting?
So this is where I'm going to ask our legal representative, Kelly, pop back on, please. So if, let's say, for example, we had a meeting and then we decide, oh, we need to get together again 2 weeks later. So it's between commission meetings, but it is a commission meeting because everyone's there. How does that look? Will we just call it another commission meeting? Because if everybody's there, it is technically a commission meeting.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's a medication and safety meeting, but all of the commissioners will be present. So it's not technically a commission meeting. It's a subcommittee meeting, but it just happens that all of the commissioners are on the subcommittee. And so I think as far as addressing Commissioner Quinn's question about sort of how to construct the motion, I think what you're voting on is whether to approve all commissioners to be a part of the subcommittee, whether or not you decide to have that on the same day as a commission meeting. Like let's say you have the commission meeting and then you sort of adjourn the commission meeting and then you initiate the medication and safety meeting, if that works for your schedule, or alternatively, you're just scheduling that meeting at some other time in the future. I think that's more of a procedural thing. I think what you're voting on is whether to allow people.
One more question.
Oh, go ahead, Connie.
Yeah.
One more question for Kelly first, just procedurally.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that we did have a meeting afterwards. Since it's not in the quote unquote commission meeting, is it fair to say that all voting has to happen in the official commission meeting, even though all 5 people are there?
Yes, voting would have to happen in the commission meeting. If you were having a medication and safety subcommittee meeting afterwards, all the commissioners would be there, but you would just be discussing medication and safety, maybe coming up with your recommendations, and for discussion at a further commission meeting or.
Can they vote on their recommendations?
That I would actually have to look. I just don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look into that.
Right. Yeah. We'll get some more clarity, but I think hopefully that gives you some place to go, Commissioner Berry.
So just for to make sure I'm getting everything right, we're looking to increase the membership of the Medication and Safety Committee because of the importance of the subject to the commission overall and the desire to have all commissioners involved in the conversation fully and not simply receiving recommendations from that committee. That's correct?
That is correct.
Okay, then may I have a motion to increase the membership of the Medication and Safety Committee to all the commissioners on the Oregon Racing Commission?
So moved.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Y'all, everybody except for Commissioner Conde, welcome to another meeting.
So can I ask, before we have a formal vote, can I just ask a clarifying question? And maybe this is for Kelly, but so could we abolish the committee and just address medication and safety as its own agenda item during the regular commission meeting?
I suspect that some boards handle it that way, that they address certain topics at a commission meeting in that way, as opposed to meeting separately and sort of chunking it out to, to smaller subsets of people. So that would, I think, ultimately be, it's not necessarily a legal question, but more just a sort of a policy
Functionally, it
slash
will
business
add
decision.
probably a significant amount of time to each meeting, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I would say if we made a motion like that, I would say that we should wait since we only have 2 members of the full commission that will continue with us. Because some people might believe that, as policy, Karen, if you have something, is it procedural, Karen? Because again, I'm only open up to procedural questions. If it's not
somewhat.
procedural, let's just wait.
Yeah, it is kind of, because you have to notice the things to the public that you want to make a vote on. So if you came up with something within that medication meeting in the moment, you still would not be able to vote on it until you
No.
noticed what that was going to be out to the public. So it would still
Good.
be a later meeting.
Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you. And that's exactly the type of stuff and again, I apologize for bringing it up. I just want to make sure that everybody understands it's the same rules for everyone. So thanks, Karen and Malia again. All right. So if we wanted to abolish it completely, if you want me to put that on the agenda for September, we can put that on the agenda for September, or we can keep it like is. And Commissioner Beckstead, since you brought that up, just send me an email one way or the other, and I will put on the agenda if you want, and I won't if you decide we don't need it.
I don't have a really strong opinion on this. I was thinking just sort of in the interest of efficiency, having that just as a regular monthly agenda item rather than creating
Well,
a
that's,
separate.
that's why it would be, basically.
I'd like to hear from stakeholders because I think we can trim things down and we can handle that business in the regular meeting. If stakeholders want a long form conversation, I think it's nice to have that committee independent, having its own meeting where those conversations can be held and not take too much commission time. But if all the commissioners are in the meeting anyway, maybe it doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
Well, and I think what we can do on that is, we're going to have a medication meeting anyway in September. A lot of the industry people are not on the call right now, but we can open up right now to anybody who is on the call. Do any of our industry people have an opinion on that? Feel free to talk now.
Hi, yes, I do. This is Linnell Smith with the Oregon Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association. So my concerns with the way you would do that as a full commission committee, I guess my question would be, are you still going to include stakeholders on that committee? And then would they be able to speak during the regular commission meeting as a committee member? Because the way you have the committee set up is if you're not a member of the committee, you can't speak until public comment, which means all the actions could be taken and determined before you would even entertain any public comment, which may or may not sway your decisions. So if you have this in a commission meeting, and like right now, you're not allowing public comment, although you have allowed me, and I appreciate that, then people would not be able to speak until the end of the meeting when something is already voted on. So I guess I'm just wondering, how are you getting all your information prior to having a meeting so that the discussion includes everyone? Those would be my concerns.
Those are good points. I think as Karen pointed out, even if we do it during the commission meeting, it sounds like we have to kick the can down the road to the next meeting to actually vote on anything, at which point there will be ample time for public comment. But I recognize that, yeah, I think the roster includes 3 vets, stewards, representative from the jockey club, and 2 commissioners currently, and that is a bunch of people in a conversation. Get much over 6 or 8 folks in a conversation, and things often bog down in my experience. I think it's a valid concern, Linnell. Anything else? Or anyone else? Sorry, go ahead, Connie.
I'm wondering if maybe we just need more time to think about how we want to do this and we wait until next month.
I would be in favor of that. I'd like to hear directly from other commissioners and stakeholders before we do too much more.
And
Agreed.
why don't we do this? Everybody can come to the meeting anyway. Why don't we plan on all the commissioners going? And again, nobody can vote on it anyway unless it's in the commission meeting. And we'll all discuss it at the medication meeting next time around. And that
That
gives
sounds
us
great.
more time to think on it.
What you're saying is that my last official act is to withdraw my motion?
He is.
God.
no.
Okay, so I withdraw the motion. Let's see what happens in the next meeting. I will say one thing, Ms. Nguyen. I would be careful about any headline, any topic, any agenda that says, or it could be read as, the ORC abolishes the Medication and Safety Subcommittee. Let's work around the positive instead of the negative, because it's a perception issue and it's completely not what we're doing. So be careful there.
I think that's a very good point. We want to make
Yeah.
sure people understand that safety is, we are increasing our focus on safety. If anything, we are not diminishing our focus on safety in any respect.
Correct, but my public relations hat went on immediately when I heard abolishing, and let's be clear about that.
Yeah, it's a really good
Language
point.
matters, certainly. Okay, then I think that does it for that subject for the moment. Agenda item number 7, discuss possible adoption of the following amendment rules. 462-220-0010-3 defines an affiliate. 462-120-0010-2 defines who must be licensed. Connie, you want to take that away?
Sure, these are rules that we discussed. The committee decided that, the commission decided that it was okay for us to go forward. We went forward with rulemaking. We've had no public comments on either one of these, and at this point, we just need a motion to adopt them. And if you have any questions about them, they were very, very simple, just basically for the who must be licensed. If they have access to account holder information, they need to have a license. And an affiliate, we just clarified that the affiliate is a company that is working under another company and they're using all of their equipment.
Sounds pretty straightforward. Can I
Very
take a motion to pass both at the same time?
So moved.
Okay, and a second?
Second,
All right, there we go.
Oh, Commissioner
And-
Barry, we would need
Oh, yes.
we need a vote.
Oh, no, sorry, and a vote. All in favor? Aye.
aye.
All right, there we go.
Thank
In
you,
trouble
Kelly, for
being
keeping us in
redundant.
out of trouble. Yeah.
That's
And actually,
right,
on that
that's
note, I
right.
don't think we actually recorded a vote for the agenda and the minutes. And since recording started late, we might as well just get those on the record
Right,
as
yeah.
well.
All right. Do you want me to take those motions again, or should we just vote on those? I think we just probably just vote. Okay. All in
I
favor of
did.
approving the, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was
Oh.
gonna say I did write them down, so I do have who moved and who seconded. I do have notes for that for the
Perfect,
written
perfect.
record.
Then just for the record, could I have all in favor of the meeting agenda being approved? Say aye, aye.
Aye.
All in favor of the June meeting minutes being approved, say aye, aye.
Aye.
So moved on both counts. Good job. I see no public comment. I see no contested cases.
Hang
I
on,
see
hang on,
we-
hang on,
oh.
hang on.
Oh,
You
I
need
get
to
in a
open
rush.
up.
Go ahead.
You need to open it up to public
Open to
comment.
public. Oh, gotcha. And is there any public comment? Okay. Do we need to give a specific amount of time, or doesn't appear anybody's jumping? Okay. Okay. No public comment. No contested cases. Need to confirm that the next commission meeting is scheduled to be held in person on September 21st, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. at Josephine County Fairgrounds, located at 1451 Fairgrounds Road, Grant Pass, Oregon. Zip code 97527 in the Arts and Crafts Building, folks. Be there, or be square.
September 21st.
September 21st, 2024.
At what time again?
At 1:30 at the Josephine County Fairgrounds.
And we'll have a medication meeting before that.
No old business that we've missed or other topics that need to be addressed. Well, then I'm going to ask that that Commissioner Conde, so that he doesn't have to have his final motion be a withdrawal, make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
A winning one. Good. Motion to adjourn.
And a second. Thank you, Scott. Folks, we don't need to vote on that, do we? Okay, good. Folks, thank you very much for a good meeting. I'll see y'all at the Med and Safety meeting.
See you later.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.